always fun removing parts that have never been removed before, because you get to deal with dirt you didn't even know was present. As you can see, when I was removing that valve cover, dirt just popped up from every little crevice, even though I just cleaned it out. Luckily, not much got inside the engine, but inevitably a little bit always does. You just have to clean it out as best you can and hope that the oil filter catches the rest. More rusted hardware inbound. So both of the bolt heads on these cam position sensors broke off, which, no big deal. I'm going to be replacing the valve covers and we wouldn't be able to reuse those bolts anyways. The main reason these valve covers are so difficult to remove are the seals that go around the variable valve timing solenoids and the spark plug tubes themselves. I sprayed silicone spray on those just to try and free them up a bit, but it just didn't make any difference. I had to break out the pry bar. The key thing when using a pry bar is not getting it onto the surface that the gasket seals against on the cylinder head. You do not want to scratch that in any way, or else you will have a leak afterwards. Here I'm removing the vacuum pump, and the bolt heads are really soft, very easy to round off. This vacuum pump likely has never been removed, so it's extra tight. And getting the wrench on there super square is very important, or else you will round those bolts off, which I actually did, but luckily I was able to still get them out. So I will be replacing those bolts. This vacuum pump is a very common oil leak area, so we'll make sure we put the right sealant in the right places when going to reassemble this. Here's the Jiffy tight connection for the passenger side turbo on the back side of the cylinder head. I am using the pick on this one because getting a wrench on there was just not really an option. Now I can get the wrench on there with the line out of the way. Here I'm replacing the exhaust mid-pipe bolts. I did this mainly just to make sure I could loosen them, but it will become important to be able to loosen these when you go to mount the downpipes back up to the turbos. You need that little extra maneuverability there. I went ahead and replaced these bolts with new ones because the old ones look rusty and look bad, and this should allow me to, remove these in the future if I ever need to. With the turbos and manifolds now removed, there's no better time to replace all of the oxygen sensors. There are 4 on this Transit. The main reason I'm changing these out is because I got a code for an O2 sensor when I've been driving this around. It's probably caused by a leaking exhaust manifold, but I just didn't want to take a chance. These are a right pain to replace if you don't have access from the engine bay. So now that I have the access, I'm just going ahead and changing them all. Even with this access, they're still really difficult to get to. This right here is looking from the back side of the van forward, This is the only way I could think to get to this oxygen sensor, and even that, I really scratched up my forearms getting in there because you're just rubbing up against the exhaust, and if the exhaust is rusty in any way, it's gonna hurt. But I don't know how else you'd get to these without removing the exhaust altogether. This front side O2 sensor, or the upstream O2 sensor on the passenger side, is by far the most difficult to access, and you will see here in a moment how I have constructed a wrench to access this thing from the bottom side. Alright, so that's everything in its final disassembly state. We'll see you all in the next one where we start putting this thing all back together.